In the beginning of the movie, we see two bikers doing stunts. They are father and son. The son's name is Johnny. While doing a stunt, his bike goes out of control and he falls. After the show, Johnny's father advises him angrily, "This happened today, but don't let it happen in the future." When he reaches home, he notices a piece of paper. When they picked it up, it was clearly written that his father had chest cancer. He becomes very worried and goes to repair his bike to calm his heart. Suddenly, an old man comes there and says, "Johnny, I am a fan of your biking skills. Maybe someday you will work for me?" Johnny said, "Oh, do you run any shows too?" In reply, he says, "Yes, the biggest show in the world." Later he asks, "Your father has cancer, right?" Johnny asked in surprise, "Who told you?" He asks him to leave the topic and says, "I can make your father healthy again, but in return, you will have to accept my condition." Johnny said, "Okay, tell me how much money you need for this work." The old man demands his soul, on which Johnny laughs because he could not believe his words. The old man gives him a contract letter. As soon as Johnny starts reading it, a pin goes into his hand and a drop of blood falls on the paper. Then the man snatches the paper and says, "That's enough." The scene changes and Johnny is shown on his bed. He thought it could be a dream. He goes to his father in panic and asks if he is okay. In response, his father says that he had been feeling unwell for a few days and was getting weaker due to this disease. He said, "But today the doctor told me that I am absolutely fine and I am feeling more healthy." He was leaving for the show and asks Johnny to come with him, but he was busy somewhere. He tells his father that he is interested in a girl named Roxy. His father wants to send him somewhere far away, so I want to take her somewhere with me. He asks him, "How long will I keep doing these stunts? I want to do something new." Johnny's father gives him the key to the bike that he wanted to ride since childhood. He wishes him well for his new adventure and leaves. Johnny's friend's name was Roxy. Then he was shown on that bike. The area was very noisy, and this is where his father used to perform stunts. On investigation, he comes to know that his father died in an accident. Just then, that man comes in front of him, who had asked him to sign the paper. Johnny was upset due to the death of his father. He slips and gets badly injured. Here that man is shown again. Johnny says angrily, "Why don't you stop following me? You killed my father. How did you know he had cancer?" The old man says, "I only cured his cancer, but how can he become a part of our deal?" He comes to Johnny and puts his hand on Johnny's chest and says, "I will come again. Forget your friends, relatives, and your love. From now on, you will work under me." As soon as this happens, Johnny falls down and his eyes turn red like flames. Later, he goes to Roxy, from where they both had to leave, but he doesn't go to her and moves on. Here, Johnny was going to do the most dangerous stunt, in which he had to cross many cars. While doing this, an accident happens and he and his bike fall badly. Everyone surrounds him and gets scared seeing his closed eyes. After a while, when his eyes open, he asks if his bike is okay. People say, yes. People are surprised that he did not get any injuries. This news highlights the fact that Johnny is a very strong stuntman who can face anything. Johnny's friends say, "It seems that an angel saved your life," on which Johnny says, "Yes, angel or devil." Then we are shown a scene of a bar where a man comes. As soon as he comes, everything starts to get cold. People knew him by the name Black Heart. As soon as he goes inside, he starts killing everyone. But there were 3 people there who were not humans. They ask him what brought him here. They say that he has come here to bring the contract of San Vaganza. It is hidden in the nearby cemetery and you people will help me find it. They say that once they get the contract, they will rule the whole world. One of the men asked him, "What about your father?" Then we are shown the old man. This is the same man who took Johnny's signature on the contract. He goes out and says to his father, "Hand everything over to me. It is my time to rule." His father says, "Yes, your time will come, but this is my time." Blackheart says to his father that you know that as long as you are here, you cannot even touch a hair of mine. His father says that my rider will not let you do that. Blackheart says mockingly, "Huh? That ghost rider? I will bury both of you alive." Hearing this, he leaves. This old man was a demon, and Ghost Rider worked for him. Later, we are shown Johnny, who was preparing for his longest jump. Some journalists come there to interview him. Johnny refuses, but a voice comes from behind. "Not even your friend?" Actually, it was Roxy. Johnny goes to her and she starts the interview. When Johnny goes there to do the stunt, there are 6 helicopters instead of cars. Today they had to jump over these helicopters. The time comes and it is seen that Johnny easily jumps. Everyone is surprised. After this, he goes to meet Roxy. She was angry with him because they had to go somewhere, but Johnny did not even come to meet her. but he somehow convinces her, and they decide to meet tonight at 8 o'clock. He was getting ready when he saw that his hands were turning red. When he puts water on his hands, he sees smoke coming out of them. After that, he hears his name, Johnny, but when he turns back, there is no one there. But he saw that his bike's engine was on. Later, the old man is shown again. Johnny asks him, "Stay away from me. What do you want from me?" He replies, "It is impossible for me to stay away from you. I have been with you for the last several years." He said, "Now it is time to follow my orders. Find Blackheart and kill him." Johnny says, "I will never do that." "Why don't you?" According to the old man, "This is impossible. You have agreed to do my work because you have signed the contract. When the work is done, I will return your soul." Johnny tries to start his bike, but it does not start. The old man slams his stick on the ground, and the bike's tires turn red, and the bike picks up speed. As soon as it starts, the things around it start to explode. The bike caught fire. It was so fast that it threw Johnny away. Then we are shown Johnny's body covered in fire. His whole body became fire. He had now become the Ghost Rider. Later, he goes to Blackheart and says that you are a rule breaker. You did wrong by breaking it. Go back to hell. But Blackheart does not pay attention to him and orders his 3 men to attack him. They hit him with a truck. They leave him there thinking he is dead. The Ghost Rider was still alive, and the truck driver was also there. The Ghost Rider burns him to ashes. As he moves forward, he sees a woman. A robber was stealing her purse. He frees the woman and tells the robber to look into his eyes and feel the pain of the people he has killed or robbed, after which he starts feeling their pain and dies. In fact, the Ghost Rider had a capacity by which he could punish people for their sins. We find out that the places from which the Ghost Rider's bike passes, fire is set there. Then we are shown Johnny, who comes back to his real form. The place where he fainted was a cemetery, but when he regained consciousness, he found himself in a room. When he comes out of the room, he sees an old man. He was the caretaker of the cemetery. He tells him that what happened yesterday will be repeated today. Johnny asks him, "Who are you?" He says, "Whatever I am, but I know that you are the Ghost Rider. You cannot survive for long without my help." He says, "No, I don't need anyone's help." The old man says you have to complete the agreement. He tells him that he will become the Ghost Rider at night and Johnny during the day. Johnny asks him, "Was there any other Ghost Rider before me?" He says, "Yes. 1,000 years ago, a man from San Vaganza became the Ghost Rider. He tells him that this village was very peaceful, but then a man came there and started spreading hatred among them. After this, the villagers started killing their own people. Their souls are still in that village." Johnny asks him, "How are these things connected to Blackheart?" The old man asks, "Are you after him?" Johnny says, "Yes, there are other people with him too." The old man says that they were all angels who were sent to Earth first. Now he is waiting for when this world will end. The old man says you are safe here because they cannot enter the house of God. Johnny says, "Okay, you did well by telling me that I have been chosen by the devil, but I cannot stay here." When he comes back, he sees that the whole city has been destroyed. The roads are broken, and no one knows who did it. Then his friend Roxy is shown interviewing someone. She gets angry with him again and leaves because even this time he did not meet her. After this, Johnny comes to his house and reads books about Ghost Riders. It was written in it that they can control their fire if they want to. Then Johnny does the same. He takes out the fire from his hand and then controls it. Later, Roxy comes again and apologizes to him and says, "I did not want to talk to you like this." She sees a picture of both of them in his room. Johnny says, "Let me take you to the car." He did not want to do this, but he had to do it because it was getting dark and it was almost time for him to become the Ghost Rider. Roxy asks him, "What happened to you? What do you want?" Johnny says, "If I tell you the truth, you will not like to stay with me." Roxy forces him to speak. He tells the truth, but she does not believe it and leaves. The police were blaming the Ghost Rider for all the destruction happening in the city. They arrested him and put him behind bars, but as soon as it gets dark, he melts the bars of the jail and comes out. He set out to meet Blackheart. When Blackheart gets this information, he orders his men to stop him. On the other hand, the police were also chasing him. Then a scene is created that a man of black heart calls out to the Ghost Rider and starts running. Now the Ghost Rider runs behind him and the police also run behind the Ghost Rider. On the way, a building comes and the Ghost Rider drives his bike on it. Seeing this, people get scared and frightened. Roxy was watching everything and she started believing that he must be telling the truth. As soon as the Ghost Rider reaches the top, he catches Blackheart's man, but nothing happened to him because he had the powers of air. But suddenly, the Ghost Rider takes out his chain and covers it with fire and starts wrapping it around him. As a result, he burns to death. Later, Johnny again goes to the old man who told him about the Ghost Rider. Johnny asks him, how will this end? He informs him that everything will end with the death of Blackheart. Then that man takes him to the grave. It was written "Slay" on it. He tells that he was also a Ghost Rider. According to the contract, he was sent to take the souls of the people of San Vaganza. But when they found this work difficult, they did not give that contract to Blackheart and ran away. Blackheart wants to get this contract because it will make him powerful. But during this time, do not go near your loved ones because he will use them against you. Then, the Ghost Rider goes to Roxy, but Blackheart already finds her there. Blackheart grabs her neck, but on the contrary, Johnny becomes the Ghost Rider and grabs his neck, and then says, "Look into my eyes and feel the pain of the people you have killed and wronged." Blackheart says, "Your powers will not work on me because I am soulless." Saying this, he pushes him away and says, "From now on, you will work for me instead of my father. If you want to save Roxy's life, meet him in San Vaganza with that contract." After this, Blackheart takes Roxy with him. On the other hand, Johnny goes to the old man and says, "I want to save my friend at any cost." The old man had that contract. Johnny requests him to give him this contract. The old man refuses and says it will destroy the whole world. Johnny asks him to trust him. "They took my soul, but did not buy me. I still have faith and passion for love left in me." The old man says that I know that you did not make this contract out of greed, but for love. That is why God is also helping you. I think it is you who can kill Blackheart. The old man says, "Okay, but San Vaganza village is 500 miles away, so we should leave now." Johnny asks in surprise, "Us? What do you mean?" Just then the old man whistles and a horse comes from there. He sits on the horse and says to Johnny that I have one last journey left. Saying this, he puts on his hat and we see him turning into a Ghost Rider. In fact, he was also a Ghost Rider and he was the one who did not give the San Vaganza contract to Blackheart. After this, they both set off for San Vaganza on their rides. When they reached there, the old man said, "I cannot go any further now, because I can only become a Ghost Rider once. I have saved this chance for today." Saying this, he leaves. Now, Johnny enters. Blackheart had only one man left. He tries to drown him in water, but just then, Johnny becomes a Ghost Rider and drowns him. Then he goes to Blackheart and asks him to free him, but he throws him away. Johnny had that contract in his hand. He goes to Blackheart, but does not give him the contract. Then he becomes a Ghost Rider. They fight a lot. Then we are shown that the sun is rising. Taking advantage of this, Blackheart throws the Ghost Rider in the sunlight, and then he turns into Johnny. The village seemed haunted because there were many souls present there. Blackheart picks up the contract and starts reading it loudly. He says, "Whatever souls are here, come inside me." Hearing this, all the souls start coming inside him. Blackheart's eyes turn red because now he had many powers. Roxy goes to the Ghost Rider and asks him to leave from there. She says, "Now is the time to go. We gave him what he wanted, but Johnny said, 'No, I started this contract and I have to finish it.'" Roxy asks him, "Why only you?" Johnny says, "Because I am the Ghost Rider." Later, Blackheart goes to Johnny and shoots him, but nothing happens to him. He hits him and his gun falls down. Then he tries to go into the dark, but Blackheart grabs his neck and says, "Not yet. Now all the souls of your world are mine." Suddenly, Roxy comes and starts shooting at him. This distracts him, and Johnny falls from his hand. Roxy fires again, and Blackheart's head is separated. But obviously he had many powers by which he could grow his head back. Roxy's gun ran out of bullets. Johnny takes this gun and takes his hand in the dark and starts firing because his hand was now on fire. Blackheart is cut into pieces with it. All those souls start coming out of his body. But as I said that he had a lot of powers, so he gathers all the souls again and comes back to his original form. But now he knew how to kill Blackheart. He goes to him and asks him to feel the pain of those souls whom he had killed. He starts feeling the pain. Due to many souls, he could not bear the pain, and finally he dies there. Later, his father, that old man, is shown to us. He comes to Johnny and says, "Well done. You have done my work. I now release you. You can start your new life happily if you want." He says, "This is a normal life." Johnny refuses and says, "I will use these powers and abilities against you. Wherever someone will be killed, I will be there. You will be punished for what you have done." The old man says, "I will not leave you." The Ghost Rider says, "We are not afraid." He shouts and slams his stick on the ground and disappears. The film ends here. Thanks for watching.